Hey, good morning, y'all. Even just saying y'all to me is a funny thing. I didn't really say y'all a lot when I was in Canada, but y'all saying y'all all the time. So I picked up on it a bit. It's a good one. Feeling self-conscious about this scraggly beard right now. It is the morning of December 12th. I wanted to share a little reflection here, as I am pretty much in the most opposite point of where I started from, Vancouver. I'm in, I think it's just called Old Town, Florida. What a name. Old Town, Florida. And I'm staying on the land of a Boondockers Welcome host. Boondockers Welcome is owned by Harvest Host. Harvest Host is a great app that's like Airbnb, but for RVs and campers. RVs, not tent campers, but campers like this. We're on the Swanee River right now. Is where their property is. It is gorgeous here. It's quiet. There's no road noise. They've got this beautiful spot set up for RVers to come in that I'm sitting in right now. And so I'll show some more videos and pictures of the land later, but just to give you a little taste, that's one way, and then the river is out that way. Oh. So it's dreamy, and they have you can book up to 3 nights here. So I booked 3 nights here, and Butch and Judy, the hosts, are super sweet, And so I'm very grateful to be here that's for one reason. It's super nice here. But two, like I said, I'm on the other side of Canada, the pretty much the opposite point of my adventure. I just came from the eastern seaboard, the Atlantic, near Jacksonville, Florida, Amelia Island, which was gorgeous. And I got a little quick hit of beach time, but I have had to keep moving and wanted to. So I'm finally feeling this is the point where I can share maybe a bit more of an extended check-in in this video. So here's my check-in. The last few days were tough. Being in pretty much rain. It rained every single day for 5 days straight. 10 days straight. And there were a couple breaks of sun where I was like, oh, thank God. And then the clouds would roll in and it would rain a bunch more for like 2 days straight. And that was difficult on mainly the Chuk wagon. I haven't been able to, what I feel like is take great care of it for the last month, basically. Because it's kind of been go, go, go. And when I've tried to stop and pause, I've had a lot of Chuk work to do, or I've just been getting the highest priority maintenance stuff done. And so things have felt like they've been piling up. Like the leaks. There's been leaks in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 spots, which is so freaking frustrating. Because I experienced some bad rain in Canada, hard rain, and didn't really find any leaks. So I don't know if the freezing really had a huge impact here, or it's just been wear and tear over time. I think that's probably a little bit of both. But just to find leak after leak and new spot where there's water is like, come on, give me a break here. Like I felt so like defeated and helpless through that, because it was still raining. I didn't have a point where I could just like stop and take care of this. So I don't know, maybe that was the universe or God or whatever you want to call it saying, keep going, you gotta keep moving. Don't stop to take care of this stuff just yet. I think that actually was it and part of it. But it's just to let leaks build up and not really do much about them, except try to like heat the place up and dry it out as much as possible, but not really get into the root of the problem. It was hard to sit with for a while. So maybe that's a good lesson in sitting with problems. But yeah, I did have to tarp the Chuk wagon for 2 nights when I was in the Okefenokee swamp, which was so cool and great being there, and I totally enjoyed it. And I'm really glad that I was able to tarp it and did a good tarp job too. You know, peak point, water was beating off the tarp really well the second day. The first night it like sunk in with a bunch of water, and I was okay, I've got to pull this up. And so grateful for my dad's teachings in tarp design here, tarp architecture. But let's get back to the story. It was very difficult to sit with all the leaks and the maintenance building up. The Chuk wagons needed a oil change for a while too. And I have dropped into a number of mechanics, and none of them were willing to work on it. And so that was getting annoying. The Chuk wagon hasn't even had its decals back on for this entire time in the US. And it's pricey here to get decals is what they say here. Decals, I say. Decals made. And so I haven't pulled the trigger, but finally found one that was willing and able to do it in the time frame that I was looking for. And so yeah, pulled the the trigger on it in Gainesville, but they wanted like crazy amount of money to install as well. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna figure that out myself. So there were things piling up, feeling like I just had to go, and not in the sun, and just craving like a real like break from it all, and just wasn't coming. Even when I got to the beach and got to Florida, it was still cloudy for 2 days here, and I was just kind of like trying to just like almost impatiently like kind of moving the trip forward, but also like, come on, I'm the night before I was at the beach, I was like, I'm here now. It's still not sunny. In the morning, it still wasn't sunny. I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave here, and I'm not gonna get a hit of the sunny beach like I was hoping for, as like the furthest point. So I know maybe I'm sounding a bit dramatic there, but it just felt special to get to the East Coast, through the winter of Michigan, through all the mud and rain of Red River Gorge and the Smoky Mountains and Blue Ridge Parkway and Charlotte and so on and so forth. This Okefenokee swamp. Like, I hadn't cleaned the Chuk wagon. The Chuk wagon hadn't had a car wash since a month ago as well, which is like not to my standard. I'm like a 2-week kind of let's get this thing cleaned up kind of guy, and so it was just hard for me to sit with that for so long and go through all these places that are muddy and dirty, and usually, and often after that you'd have a break and be able to clean, and I just wasn't getting that. So it's just, okay, keep going, and here we are in this beautiful place finally, where I can stop and I can pause. I have space. It's quiet. I'm not in a parking lot of a brewery or a truck stop or anything like that. I have the space to pause and take care of the Chuk wagon and get in the sun. So things are going to dry out in the next couple days here, and some magic just kind of fell into place yesterday. For one, first thing I did after leaving the last Boondockers welcome I was at was do a car wash. So I finally found a car wash. That's the other thing, is a car wash where the Chuk wagon would fit, because it's 10 feet tall. It's too tall for a lot of car washes. So I've driven around and looked on Google Maps at a bunch, and like never found one that was going to work in the timing, and then finally found one. It was great. Did a thorough job cleaning this thing. Got to Gainesville, missed my turn off. Saw a auto shop that I thought, okay, I'll try dropping into this one too. They've got high bay doors. Dropped in. They said, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do the oil change, no problem. Did the oil change. Then picked up the decals while I was waiting for the oil change. Decided to Uber back because it was going to be a long walk. I walked one way. Uber driver, I was his first trip. He's got decals all over his vehicle. And he's like, oh man, I see you got some decals. I did this myself. And I was like, dude, could you help me out with this? And he's like, yep, sure, let's do it. Let me do one more trip, and then we can meet at my place. And so I was like, sick. But for one, I was like, okay, is this trustworthy here? Guy had his hood up, sunglasses on, his car's lowered. I don't know. At the surface level, looked a little sketchy, but super nice guy. And that's another thing that I've gained from this trip. But I'll come back to that. Super nice guy. We meet up. He helps me put the Chuk wagon decals back on. So car wash, oil change, decals back on. Boom, boom, boom. Things are just moving. And I'm all in one day. After like a month of needing some of this stuff or wanting this stuff to get done. Longer. Decals, 2.5 months. It's crazy. 2 months. So here we are. in this beautiful spot. I have the space to continue to work on the chuck wagon. Like, the leaks is the priority, and drying some stuff out like tarp and containers. And yeah, I can finally take care of this thing and get ready for the next leg of the trip, which should be the sunny leg of the trip here. Going along the panhandle of Florida, top of the Gulf, then down into Mexico. So the next leg of the US should be about a month, and then down into Mexico for about 2.5 months. So it's interesting to me, the challenges that change and come up along the way. I feel like I'm learning to be very adaptive to whatever is being thrown at me, and just trying to learn to embrace the experience and the situation. And I knew challenges were going to come up along the way, and they'd be different over time, but you never know what you're going to get into. And this like rain one and chuck wagon getting beat down one was tricky. I'm glad that I'm learning how to adapt to the road in every place, because every place has been so different as well in how I navigate, like, and where to stay, and what app to use to find where to stay, and being in very remote places, being in cities, and focusing a lot on Chuk and being at my computer, and then focusing on meeting people related to Chuk, and then finding cool places to see. And it's a lot to navigate and adapt to, especially as a solo person doing this. It's hard. It's hard for me. I'll be honest in that. There's a lot to think about. It's hard sometimes not to worry too much about either the chuck wagon or where our business is at, or who I'm meeting along the way, and taking care of my health as well, and eating well, and not falling into consumption too much, whether that be of scrolling and my phone, or alcohol, or tobacco, or those are really my three. So it's interesting to balance that with exercise and good eating and cooking meals, but also wanting to try food in different places. So it's interesting. It's very interesting for me to experience all this and work through it. As I was alluding to, or just mentioning in relation to James, who helped me out with the decals, that's one thing that I have noticed through this whole trip is how two thoughts are coming up now. How, for one, blessed I've been in the people that have come in right at the right time to support me on this journey. I think of Matt and Audrey, who had me stay at their place in Quebec, where I got to fix the leaking water tank that we had to re-fiberglass. I think of the guy who helped me downtown New York with the videography. Oh my gosh, there's so many people, but that aren't coming to mind right now. But now this guy James, this guy just coming in out of nowhere, literally right when I pick up the decals, the decals, I want to say decals, from the print shop. I'm getting into his Uber with the decals, and he's like, I love decals. Let me help you put them on, or I'll help you put them on. Or I asked him. So like, gosh, darn it. Wow. Like, that is miraculous. Oh, so I feel so blessed in this journey here. Coming back to something that I'm finding here is this is the second thing in relation to James, is how kind and loving and good I have found people are on this whole journey. Whole journey. I can't believe it. There were a lot of people who, when I said I'm going into the States and I'm doing this trip, some people were very concerned. Like, really? You're going to the US right now? Like, that doesn't sound safe. Like, people are worried. Canadians are worried. And, I think US citizens are worried as well. I know they are. I've talked to some about that. Yet to be here and connect with people on a one-to-one basis, whether it be the guy at the gas station saying, "Hey man, how you doing?" Or the random people that I make eye contact with, passing them in the street, whether they be white, black, Asian, Indian, whatever it may be, making eye contact and either nodding or smiling or saying hello. The random people who are willing to come over and say hello and check out the Chuk wagon. Just everybody. Everybody has been very kind and good people. Of course I've met some people who are having bad days and not their best selves or stressed or whatever. But the people who are happy and kind and connecting far outweigh the people who are grumpy. And that's interesting because the media seems the opposite. Like if I just look at like what's on Instagram Reels or TikTok or YouTube or the news or whatever, it all seems very heavy, and it seems like it's a dark world out there. It's not the real story, especially when you connect with the people around you, not just your clique. But it's when we just have our cliques and we don't connect with our community, that's when the judgments, the assumptions, the otherness, like this is my group, that's your group, we don't get along or whatever, that's when it happens. But if you actually go and connect with people who aren't like yourself, and that's where love can grow, and acceptance and a real sense of community. This trip is just more than anything teaching me that we're all so similar out there. We are so similar, and everybody's kind if you let go of your judgments about them. So yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm learning a lot, and this has been very special. So I'm grateful to be here. Yeah, I'm just so great. I'm just thinking about some of the people that I've met along the way, and the experiences that I've had and the struggles, and it's just all worth it. And so yeah, I'm just grateful to be on this adventure. I'm grateful for the Chuk community. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't mentioned that yet. Like the people that I've met and connected with along the way who have bought our product are amazing. They are, there you go. Like, Chuckers are good people. I can tell, campers are good people. The Chuckers who have welcomed me onto their land. Oh, wow. Thank you. And or cooked for me, or just like taking me for a hike, or met up, like, whatever. It's been so amazing to meet our customers. Such incredible experiences. So thank you to the Chuckers who have welcomed me in on this trip. My family too. We've been checking in. I've been talking to my family a lot. And my cousin Cam is probably the person that I've talked to the most. So anyways, I'm just like so grateful. This Chucker community, great people. They're, care about the land, care about the earth, care about the outdoors and taking care of it, getting outside, teaching their kids about getting the importance of outdoors and taking their kids on adventures. Like, it's so much of what's important to me. Family, nature, connection, adventure. So thank you all. Thanks for listening to this. Talk to you later, Chuckers. Hope you have a great day.